Tell you what, I wish there was some way to tell the good calls from the garbage, but
Let's not take any more calls.
We won't take any more calls.
This guy is sabotaging the show.
James calls in.
Anyway, phone number's on your screen, and again, we're live today. It's March 27th, so if you got any questions or comments, please go ahead and use the phone. Let's start off with Bill. You there?
Yes, hello?
Hi.
Hi.
What you got for us?
I was wondering if you guys are believers in karma, what goes around comes around.
Yes and no.
Yeah, not in a spiritual type, mystical sense. In the sense that, you know, if you lead a good life, people will like you and be nice to you.
Right?
Yeah, that I
treat
believe.
people poorly, and then you'll get treated poorly in kind. That
Exactly.
sort of thing. So
I kind of believe in that, but said there's some cosmic,
accounting system.
Power,
of some
accounting
sort.
system, exactly. Keeping track of what you do good and bad, and will repay you one day. I don't believe in that side of things.
Well, I was an atheist until I took a vacation to Australia where a crocodile bit off my pinky.
Okay.
And I believe that maybe some kind of supernatural being might be punishing me. And
No, you just got bad luck.
Yeah, or you're feeding a crocodile.
Yeah, yeah.
It really hurt, too.
Not
No, I can
denying that.
imagine.
But to say it's payback for, stealing some kid's lunch money in the third grade,
I never stole anybody's lunch money.
so that's not real.
I just don't...
Well, Adam ate an apple, so that must be the problem.
Yeah, there you go. So,
He ate an apple, so I got my pinky bit off?
Well, that's
hey, it makes about as much sense as the rest of the Bible. What do you want to do? So, all right, let's go back to callers. We have got, let me see, Shay.
Hello?
Hi. What you got for us?
I was just wondering, do you think that the Easter Bunny is supposed to represent Jesus?
nope.
No. Fertility and spring. I mean, basically, it's a spring celebration. The newness of the new year. You've got plants growing again. Everything's coming out again. Rabbits being relatively fertile. That's where it comes from.
Well, I think it's very sacrilegious to represent a holiday such as Easter with a bunny. Like, that's representing Cocos Day with monkeys.
Maybe
What's
so,
with what?
but
What?
the bunnies came first, so maybe it's the Christians being sacrilegious.
Well, they're probably not the ones that made up that thing. Like, that's just making fun of, like, Cocos Day.
I don't know what Cocos Day
I know,
is.
I haven't heard of
Can
that
you tell
one.
us what
Oh,
Cocos
well,
Day is?
That's a small neighborhood holiday me and my friends celebrate. And it's to celebrate centipedes.
Oh, good deal. Good
Okay.
deal. More power to
Hey,
you.
if things to celebrate, why not?
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, is it a Christian thing? No, the Christians kind of took it over and
They
said,
adopted it, and they used candy to bribe kids with it.
exactly.
Oh, well, do you eat chocolate to celebrate Easter?
Sure.
If they give it to me, why not? And speaking of that, actually pass that rabbit.
Oh, you want to chomp on that?
I do want to have that rabbit.
Okay.
But anyway, I'm
How
sorry.
about the ears?
You can continue.
Oh, well, I wanted to say that actual people have witnessed Jesus coming out of the grave, and just because you haven't seen it doesn't make it not real.
But most of those people who've seen that kind of thing are not the most reliable stories in the world. One, we don't have any record of them. They mention it in the Bible, like, wow, all these people saw it. Okay, do you have any documentation? Did any of them write it down? Well, no, but they saw it. So again, if we have any other documentation outside of this one book saying that Jesus rose from the dead and he walked around and he did all these miracles, then that would be some more evidence in that direction. But just to say that
somebody who
500
wasn't
people
trying
saw
to
this,
curry favor with God would be a good starting point.
Okay.
Well, if you told me that you went to the store, Chris's Cool Chili Dogs, and you said you left the store, and I guess I could say I didn't see you come out of the store, so I don't have to believe that you left the store.
Well, it's not a miraculous claim.
yeah, having people go into and out of a store is not something that, if you say you went here and then you came back, okay. I have no real reason not to believe you. People go to the store every day. But to say that you rose from the dead is a significantly different claim. That's going to be one that I'm going to say, I seriously doubt
It's
it.
an extraordinary claim, and it requires extraordinary evidence. to
Exactly.
back
If
it
you
up.
can back that up, then okay.
Well, how do
But
I
to
know
say-
that there is really such a store as Chris's Cool Chili Dogs?
Well, you can
Okay.
go look it up on the web or something.
Yeah, I could look it up. I mean,
You can find out one way or the other, right?
yeah, there are people named Chris. There are actual chili dogs out there, and there are stores that
So it's not.
sell
It's
chili
within the
dogs.
realm of possibility.
It's within
right?
the realm of possibility. It could certainly happen. Now, would I just believe you outright if you say it? It depends on the reasons.
Right.
If you just say that, hey, it exists and it's pretty good,
If you're using it to
Okay,
con me to kill some
fine.
Jews, then maybe not.
yeah. But to say that there's, Chris's cheese dogs, and if you go there, you can live forever if you eat one of their cheese dogs, I'm going to want something more than that. So, again, it's all based on what kind of claim is this? Is it something that's plausible? I had a chicken sandwich for lunch yesterday. That's
Really?
relatively plausible. But to say that I rose from the dead yesterday, that's a little bit implausible. You're going to need something significantly more than just my word to back that one up.
Well, he didn't really tell them I rose from the dead. A bunch of people saw him.
Okay,
Paul claimed that a lot of people saw him.
yeah.
Right. But Paul also claimed he was a liar. So what?
Where are the records that show that he rose from the dead?
In the Bible.
Okay, but that's a storybook.
Why do you say it's a storybook?
Well, is there any other evidence out there that can corroborate this? Okay, what's another example?
Were there any historians at the time who wrote about it?
For instance.
Well, there's a bunch of writers in the Bible.
But again, they're all bookmarking off the same material. You know how many rewrites of Hamlet there have been? And they don't vary by hardly a word. They're all exactly the same, pretty much to the letter. Does that mean it's true? No. It's a story that people copied.
Well, did you know that Darwin was an ordained minister?
Sounds
yeah.
vaguely familiar.
Well, that sounds familiar. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Darwin, when he, you know how he has all those ideas,
Okay.
his ideas of natural selection.
Yeah.
He didn't intend those ideas to be in the public because he didn't want the atheist people using them for bad things.
So is that why he published it?
That's why he was hesitant to publish them.
Okay.
I think that people thought that he would be challenging God, and that he didn't want to deal with the wrath of Christians who were going to have their beliefs challenged.
Yeah.
I think that was a more accurate way of describing.
And the more important thing is, who cares?
Yeah, why is this
He
relevant?
came up with some good ideas on how life could have gotten to where it is today from earlier forms. What his personal beliefs were regarding God or something like that is kind of irrelevant.
It's irrelevant because the beliefs his statements stand up on their own. They
Exactly.
They
All of his ideas that he published were about, like, insects and animals. They weren't about humans.
So what makes us any different?
Well, you're taking that theory of Darwin's theory as a way to explain how we got here.
Okay.
But when he published his ideas, they weren't about humans. They were all about animals and insects and stuff like that.
But again, the question remains, what's the difference? Why can it not be applied to humans?
Because humans are different than animals.
In what way?
They have different brain structures and stuff.
Okay, bears have different paw structures than we do. That makes them different. What does that mean?
Well, where does it say in...
Every animal has a difference that makes them different from every other animal out there. Now, whether you want to talk about species or whatever, doesn't really matter. I mean, every species is different from every other species. So if he applied this to all other species, why doesn't it apply to us? Just because our brains work different from other creatures? That makes no difference. It just means that we're different in that respect. So?
Well, it says that, well, the thing that I found my stuff on, it says that Darwin believed that God put forth the natural laws governing the transmutation of species.
Okay. So he was wrong.
Well,
he made some good ideas and predictions, and generally they've been borne out over time. The
Well, why
fact
are
that
you
the fact that
applying
he
it-
wasn't perfect and said some things that could be clearly wrong.
well,
doesn't
why are you
change
applying his ideas as a way of humans how they got here?
Basically, the baby with the bathwater thing. He had some good ideas that were borne out over time. We're not going to say, oh, he believed in God, therefore everything he does is completely worthless.
I
That's
understand
not
he was a
relevant.
racist too, so
Yeah, exactly.
well, everybody's got some flaws.
Exactly. We take
Okay.
the good ideas and say, okay, those are pretty good. These other things that he said, maybe not so
Well, the
good.
ideas have to stand on their own, right? And we've gone beyond Darwin. I mean, we've added to it, and our understanding is much deeper than what Darwin said. It's not like the Sermon on the Mount or something. It's
Yeah.
Darwin proposed this idea that evolution is a process, and this process can yield complexity, and the core of the idea is quite solid. And we've worked out the details, or science has worked out the details.
We've learned a heck of a lot more than Darwin ever could have even imagined 150 years ago. We've learned a lot since then. So
Well,
that's what we're
don't-
basing it on.
Don't you understand that Darwin didn't want the atheists using his ideas for?
I think he cared more about
Doesn't-
being persecuted by Christians than the atheists.
What matters is the truth. Is what he said or the theories he came up with correct or not? It
Well,
doesn't matter about the usage of them so much.
Well, you have like Darwin Day to celebrate Darwin, but why are you celebrating him if he didn't even want y'all to use his stuff? Spread your religion.
It doesn't. One, I
Because
don't
he's
have
a great
any-
scientist, and
Yeah.
he advanced our understanding of
the
nature
universe, yeah.
and the world, and he made a tremendous, wonderful contribution, and we feel that we need to celebrate that. That's why we do it.
Yeah. If he had some kind of personal bias against atheists for some strange reason, which I seriously doubt he did.
Yeah, I'd love to see some
I'd
evidence of
really-
that. Send us some
Exactly.
email about it with your evidence. I'd love to see
Exactly.
it.
I'd really like to see something a little more detailed on that, some actual quotes from him and stuff like that. 'cause-
Darwin was actually a Catholic.
What is that?
He was Catholic.
Yeah.
Okay. But
So-
this idea that he didn't want to publish because the evil atheists might take over his idea and corrupt the world with it. That's something I'd really like to see some
more evidence
on. Because that I haven't heard anything before. But like I say, even if it is true, it doesn't matter in the least. He still came up with ideas that
He doesn't own the
show
idea.
how the world works, and he did it successfully. So that's a pretty significant discovery or theory or whatever you want to call it that he came up with. So that alone deserves some credit.
His
Dude, you did a good
reasons-
job here.
His reasons for not publishing his ideas were, here's 5 reasons. Fellow naturalists would never accept his ideas. Troublemaking atheists would use it for their evil agendas.
Where are you reading from?
I didn't know. What book are you reading from?
I'm not at all surprised that somebody would make that claim.
No, but
I think
yeah,
it's
where is
hilarious.
this coming
Where-
from?
Where are you reading from?
These are undocumented sources.
Okay.
There's a good reason that they're undocumented. They're probably complete hogwash.
So I got these. I was looking on the web and I just copied them into Word. So I didn't write. I
Okay.
didn't,
I would make a bet that they're complete and utter hogwash. So you might want to double check on that and see if you can back them up anywhere else on the net. And I seriously doubt you can.
so
But we invite you to do that. In fact,
Exactly.
it's tv@atheistexperience.org.
TV at atheist-community.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So yeah, if you can find some evidence of these, or those quotes came up on the web or something like that, please go ahead and write us at that web
We'd love to
address.
see it.
I'd love to
We'll
see
bring it up on the next show.
Exactly. If there's something there, definitely want to know about
I
it.
give
So.
you my evidence for my stuff. I'll win a prize.
We'll give you an Easter egg.
Exactly. We'll give you a big thumbs up. So anyway, we're going to go on to other callers now. But thanks a lot for calling in.
But I got to do a big dance.
Okay.
I'm in this cold, wet studio talking to him, and he's playing on the phone like he's like 3 or 4 or 5 years old. Did you hear that? Hello, caller? I know that's you on the line because you called back too fast.